I'm Gary Slyman, President and Founder of Great Transition Strategies. Today's topic, lessons I learned from coaching veterans in transition. I'm going to start with a story. In '06, I was on a SkillBridge internship in a company at a pretty high level, director or VP level. Company did a bunch of research for, industry did a bunch of research, then down to the specific company. COVID happens. They go totally remote. He sees how things are going after a couple weeks and he says, this is not going that great. He went to the leadership and he said, I don't think we have a good response to this COVID remote work thing. I think I could help you through that because here's my skill set. Here's what I have. I think I can handle this. I want to handle it for you. Gave him the opportunity, did a great job, got hired. So what are some lessons learned out of that? This is a great anecdote for the main points that I have about what you need to do in your transition. Number one, this is about education and it's about specifics. You need to educate yourself about yourself. What do I want to do? What motivates me? Where do I want to be? That's number one, educate yourself. Number two, educate yourself about the civilian industry that you want to be in. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And then narrow that down to the company, down to the position. And then lastly, the last part, educate yourself. How does your leadership differentiate you from those that are out there in the industry already that's going to put you a leg up on them? So those three areas are the lessons learned. And that's what that individual did. That's what our 06 did. He knew where he wanted to be, got there, went after a specific position. Then when he was in there and he learned more about the company, he understood what they needed to accomplish. He was able to use here's my experience, here's my leadership, this is how I can help you. Got the position. So here are some thoughts about your transition, some things to think about. Think about this. The civilian industry does not understand you, your experiences, and how they translate directly. And it's going to be up to you to get there. There are some companies that do a really good job. Amazon is one. You ask anyone, tell me about the Amazon Pro. Oh yeah, that's the military pathways position. GE has a junior officer, junior executive training program. So there's some companies that do a really good job. DoD contractors, those are easy. But those, when you're making a complete change from what you've done, going out in the civilian world, it's a little bit different. So educate yourself about yourself, right? They don't understand you. So now think education and specifics. You need to educate yourself on the specifics of the industry. What are the specifics of the industry that my skills relate directly to? This is going to take a little time. That's where your informational interviews come in. That's where your research comes in. What are my specific skills that translate directly to this industry? Now, once you start with those information interviews, you're educating them about you. Here's what I bring to the game. Here's the skill set. Here's how it connects directly. Example. Had a number of individuals who, in the interview process, they're being told, well, you don't have the experience in this industry. You don't understand the supply chain, or you don't have profit and loss experience or financials. And the individuals were able to spend time and say, let me show you how I understand profit loss. Here's the budgets I've had. Here's how I had to do things. Here's how I understand fiscal responsibility. Here, and they're able to translate their skill set and their experiences directly, which opens up the eyes of the individual, like, oh, you do bring some of that. Now, once you're able to show that you can fit the industry specifics, position specifics, now your leadership is a great differentiator. How does your leadership experiences, your leadership skills, how do they directly translate to industry, position, company, position? Be very specific. So think in your transition, education, me and them, and be very specific about it. Last, transition takes time. This education is not going to happen overnight. If you're trying to get out and then start working on the transition, you're not going to be able to be where you want to be. 24 months is not too early. Take the time you need so that way you can do the education that you need. Think of this as, hey, I am getting a master's in other people's jobs, other people's industries to see how I am going to fit into this next one. Train yourself, educate yourself so you could be extremely valuable and make that transition as smooth as possible. Hope you found that helpful. Look forward to an opportunity to work with you.